Hello, world. In this game, we have to become quantum, which we already are quantum beings. We are quantum beings. We live in a parallel universe. There's multiple yous experiencing things simultaneously. And when I say become quantum, I am meaning that you need to, if you know that you are a spiritual being experiencing life in the human form, then I think some of the problem is our attachment to this human body. You are not the body. The body is something that you use to experience this world in this dense matter. The body is something that you're using to navigate through this system here on earth. But the more that you can disassociate yourself with the body and know that it's like a vessel that I'm using. I am the controller of this body. This body is an avatar, and my higher self is in control and guiding me through this 3D experience. Now, we know now that there are at least 11 dimensions. I think it's possibly 12. But when we're dealing with dimensions, this 3D world is only what we perceive is a small percentage of what we perceive. Like the 3D dimension is height, length and depth in the lamest terms. You see up and down, you see side to side, and you can see depth. So let's take it a step further. You can't create your reality in this dimension. You are a multi-dimensional being. When people create, they don't create in this dimension. This is already the effect. What you see everywhere is the effect of someone else's creation from a different dimension. Let's just dive into it real quick. Okay, so let's say you wanted to create a new system that you want to create a new system that affects computers or something. I don't know. But I'm trying to get you to understand this dimensional thing. So to create that, you don't create it here. You're in a different dimension creating. This is just the manifestation of everything. And when you look at that, you like, okay, if I was supposed to lay down and I think about what I wanted to create and I'm visualizing and I get so deep into it that I'm feeling it, I'm experiencing it, I'm using my imagination, my God source, to move in this dimension as I create. Now, once I have the creation up there, that's where that instant manifestation is. when people say you manifest instantly. Well, you just did it. Like every time you think about your dream life, and when you're thinking about it, you're like, man, that's nice. The car, the home, you create there. Now, from there, that's a different dimension. That's a dimension where time doesn't exist. You can go to the past, you can go to the present, you can go to the future instantly. So when you're creating on that dimension, time is not there. Time only exists in this 3D, So when you're in this different dimension and you're creating, the time isn't there. You can easily go to the past. You can easily go to the future, or you can be in the present. So that's a different dimension where time doesn't exist. So you create there, you visualize there, you use your imagination there, and you hold to that. You keep working out the details, and you create it, you manifest it in this three-dimensional world. Now, when you even go to sleep, you really going into like the fifth dimension, and you experience things on a different level. So the fifth dimension, where you're using your imagination and where time is not present, let's say, that's where you create. You're a multi-dimensional being. It's almost like you can float around in different dimensions if you like. Matter of fact, when you do go to sleep, your soul leaves the body and it experiences different things, but in your dream, the experience is so real, so vivid, that you wake up and you can remember what happened in the dream. And it's almost mind-blowing how it's so real. So know that, it's like 93 or 97% of the world, they're stuck in the 3D. They're trying to force things to happen in the 3D world. They're trying to make something happen in the 3D world. But in this spiritual journey, you know that we don't create here. This is already a manifestation. If I was to want to experience something new, I need to go into a different dimension and see what it's like, basically, and say, this is what I want to experience. Like, I need to use this buffet of everything that I can do and achieve and experience, and say, I'm gonna select this or select that as my new experience and funnel it down into this 3D world. And that is also possible. That is always been happening. If you think about it on a broader scale, when we go to say everything that on this planet, it didn't start from just people doing something. It has to have been a thought. It has to be a creation up here in the conscious. That's where it starts. And the people that believed and held to their assumption of it being true, or it's or held to the fact that it's going to manifest, then those people bring it down into the 3D world. but everything starts in a different dimension. So, as you being a dimensional being, you also have that power to create or select the life you want to experience and bring it into your 3D reality. So you are multidimensional beings, and you just haven't remembered that. And so once you do remember that, you start using these things to create the life you want. It's almost like it's not what I'm doing. I don't need to do more. I don't need to do this or do that. How about I remove everything that's blocking me from doing these things? And that is a key. It's not about doing so much. It's removing everything so I can align with what I want. So it's more or less like a removal system, removing all the beliefs, removing all the doubt, the worry and stuff. So whatever I want to achieve and attract, it easily flows in. You know, energy is always moving. But then there's some situations where we block the flow of it with doubt. We block the flow with the worry. When I say that, we're talking about a vibrational standpoint. When you're doubting, that is not the vibration that you want to send to the field to attract. Matter of fact, that is the vibration that pushes it away. The worry, the anxiousness, and all that. So once that removal process is happening, then you unblock the dam where energy flows in, and everything is energy. We're just blocking the flow of it. So think of it like that. Think of it in this perspective. I gotta remove all these blocks that I have accumulated in my life. These blocks that everybody's not supposed to be rich. These blocks that maybe they did it because they grew up in this situation and it's easy. These blocks that I can't, the block of doubt, that is like the biggest one. You know, have you ever thought of something like, man, I want that house, there's no way I can get it? And you immediately go back into saying that, like, so you want this, and then you cancel out what you want that fast with the doubt. I've done that before back in my day. Said, man, I want that. Man, there ain't no way I can get that. Man, that's impossible. But I still would want it. It's that doubt. There's nothing in this world that you cannot not have. You can have and experience anything. It lies in your belief. Do you believe you can have it? And throughout so much time, so many years, we shrink and don't believe that we're worthy or deserving of all that is. So it's a removal process in so many words. the more you remove what's stopping the flow of what you want to experience, the more easily it flows in. Hello, world.